Well, I didn't have the typical aspirations of becoming a firefighter or a pilot, I guess. I got in touch with visual art through drawing and painting through my dad at a really early age. I was completely obsessed by Tintin et Milou, you know, Tim und Struppi in German, this comic series from Belgium, and started repainting the comic books basically. And then I got into more like elaborate aspects of like drawing and painting. So that was my first big passion, and really for a long time when I was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, it looked like I was really going to get into drawing and painting for a living. Then I somehow stumbled into music, and that kind of changed my life. My first show was a Bryan Adams concert that I attended as an 8-year-old with my dad. And that was the first time I was in a big crowd, you know, in front of a stage. And then I soon got into Guns N' Roses, about 1989, 88, 89, and got completely obsessed with that band. Axl Rose was one of my biggest idols as a young teenager, you know, like being 9 to, let's say, 12 years old, basically. And that was the first real encounter, like passionate encounter with music. And then I got into hardcore and punk rock and metal when I was like maybe 13 years old, 14 years old. First important bands for me were bands like Sick of It All, Strife, Gorilla Biscuits, you know, the old New York City hardcore stuff basically. Maybe 14, 15 too. It was a cover band playing hardcore classics in a shitty rehearsal room in my small town where I'm from. 8,000 people living there, and we had a rehearsal space on my parents' property basically, where we could make noise until the early morning hours. I moved to Berlin in 2001 with the clear ambition to start a band. That was what I wanted to do. Started looking for people at shows, passing out flyers, you know, like trying to meet people who were like-minded and had the same ideas. And that took a long time. In the early days of the band, we were more organized like a collective of artists and musicians than a real band. If all you have to offer in the early days of starting a band is, you know, a lousy band name, then, you know, you can find people that are like really good because they're all taken by other bands already. So that's always like the vicious circle, you know, that you have to get out of somehow to find really talented musicians. But then who are you? Like, what do you have to offer? You know, I had nothing to offer but ideas basically, and I had this vision what I wanted to do with this band, and fortunately I managed to get some people excited about these visions, and they, you know, stuck with me through the heavy, difficult first times, and that's how this band slowly started rolling.